PTSD is post-traumatic stress disorder, and our first line responders, our firefighters, our policemen, even the people who work, like doctors who do medical examination of people who are deceased, those are the people that are highest risk for it. But really, anyone can experience PTSD. And it has to do with our brain's ability. Our brain has a threshold for how much trauma or how much insults or injury that it can really take. So PTSD is highly subjective. Two people can endure a similar situation. One can end up with PTSD, while the other one does not end up with PTSD.
Yeah, I think we've seen in today's society, PTSD was almost exclusively, at least in my layperson's mind, almost exclusively associated with the military several years ago. And then it kind of moved into law enforcement. And then it kind of moved into the first responders, whether it be fire or EMS with car accidents that are very severe and traumatic. And then now into the medical field of ER doctors, ER nurses, ER folks. As you mentioned, folks who work in the coroner's office who deal with death on a daily basis. That can become normal to them because that's their job. But at the same time, as you mentioned, everyone is going to treat that differently. And so that area of PTSD has really broadened, and it's made your services much more needed in our community by a lot more people than what was originally thought, probably.
Yes, and we know something is a disorder when it starts impairing your daily functioning. So you're right. Some people can have it. They walk around. They're happy. They don't feel it. It doesn't bother them. But when something starts impairing your daily function, your ability to be a wife, to be a husband, to be a worker, and to be an employee, to be a business owner, we're talking nightmares about that. Recurrent nightmares. That's a clue that it's becoming an impairment. Another thing is when you're easily triggered by things that remind you of it. It could be a smell. It could be a certain color. It could be the way a person looks. It looks like a lot like that person. So triggers, when you start having triggers, nightmares, there's something called hypervigilance. The hypervigilance, when you're always on guard, when you have this sense of danger, your amygdala, is a certain part of the brain, which is the fear factor center, is activated in PTSD. So when all of these things start to happen, we know that it's time for treatment, when it starts to really become an impairment to your daily life.
I was just going to say, when it impacts your regular life is when it's something to be addressed.